In this video, we will be discussing the most common types of audio files that we would incorporate into a Flash animation. Flash actually supports a number of audio formats, but the two most common are the WAV, that's .wav, and MP3. The beginning of this handout mostly discusses how to add sound to your animation, which is as simple as adding the sound to the library, either by dragging it from the common library, if it was one of the sounds that was already built into Flash, or by importing it in if it was an external file. And then we simply create a new layer on our timeline for the sound file, and then use the property inspector to select that particular sound. So if we scroll down, the two most common types of files are the WAV file and the MP3. WAV files are very large files. They are uncompressed. And there was a time when WAV was actually like the audio standard. So there's a lot of WAV files that are out there available already, and most of them are free. It's very common to be able to find sounds like somebody knocking on a door or a phone ringing in WAV format, for free. WAV files are great for loops, particularly when the sound you want to use is short. Since they were uncompressed, they're going to be large. So, one way we could make the sound extend for a longer period of time would be to loop it, and waves really are ideal for the short looping sounds, particularly when we have common sounds, like I said, like a doorbell or phone ringing. MP3s are the current audio standard. Because of that, if you want any sort of popular music or trends coming from your sound files, you would be picking an MP3 format. MP3 files, because they're compressed, have smaller file sizes. And another thing, though, to keep in mind is because of the compression, because of the way that occurs, there's actually a small gap at the beginning of the file. It's extremely small. In fact, when we listen to CDs, we probably do this all the time, and we haven't, or even listening on our iPod or something, and haven't even noticed this gap right before the sound begins. But if we were looping the sound in an animation, that gap would become more evident. Remember, the purpose of looping is generally to create this seamless appearance to an animation. So if we're looking for sound for looping, we're probably thinking about using a wave because of that small gap in the MP3. Okay, so just to refresh where we were with this, WAV files are large, they're uncompressed, it's great for common sounds. You want to get something likely for free very quickly, and they're fine to loop. They were pretty small, so generally that's not an issue. MP3s are great for common, popular songs, probably got to find in MP3 format, and they're not that great for looping because one of the downsides of that compression was the small gap at the beginning. But if we want long, popular music, we're probably going to think about using an MP3 file. So this concludes our discussion of those two common file types to be incorporating into an animation. And if you want to look over the handout yourself, it's in the class discussion section of Blackboard.